welcome to the news everywhere. In today's programme we will look at terrible floods that have spread over the country, debit card scamming and college fees for students. Flooding has overtaken many parts of the Berkshire area, causing terrible damage to homes and buildings. For a few weeks now the rainfall has become extreme, causing many areas to flood. Many rivers and banks have burst their banks, flooding fields, houses and blocking pavements. Many local residents have been stuck in their homes or had to travel to and from work and school by boat, causing disruption to their daily routine. Local reporter Chloe Knott is in the Reading area talking to a resident who has been affected by the recent weather.
As facts show, this has been the biggest rainfall since 2007. As far as we know, 2 people have died so far this year from the floods. So far, the governments are having to fund a total of $10.5 billion on repairs. Some residents still believe more should be done. Do you believe that more should be done about the damage that has been caused?
Yes, I think things could be done. You know, things could help people when they get all their contents ruined and, you know,
Gardens ruined.
Yes, it's not very nice for people when it's been done more than 2 or 3 times. It's, you know, very, very upsetting.
Yeah, I can see that. Do you think it's affected you badly?
No, not me myself. No, I've been quite lucky because we've got a long garden, so we're quite lucky.
Has it affected any of your neighbours along here that you're familiar with?
Well, the neighbours either side, the water has literally come right up into their garden. And as you go further round the bend, because they've got shorter gardens, the water is disrupting the walls, and then it will literally be up to their doors.
Terrible.
Yeah, and the environment have been phoning them to find out, you know, are they okay?
And if there's any costs or anything
Yes,
to
yes.
be done to... Has anybody gave you any advice or anything to how you can prevent the floods? Or
well, not me
repair?
myself, no, but the environment has rung my niece that lives up on one of the corners, and they've spoke to her about it because she's only got a very short garden.
Oh, okay, so they have been quite considerate then.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Overall this year, do you think this has caused you any serious problems, would you say?
No, not myself. It's been, you know, we've been fine.
But it's caused problems for others?
Other people,
Yeah.
yes, other people.
Okay, well thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
Debit card scamming at local cash machines has been extremely popular in the last year. Reporters suggest that thieves are cloning debit cards when customers input their PIN number by using fraudulent technology. Thousands of pounds have been stolen in the past few months, raising concern that not enough is being done by banks to prevent this happening. Andrea Jones, our financial expert, tells us more.
In 2012, £388 billion was stolen through fraud. In 2008, fraud had decreased by half, which shows that something is being done to resolve this. I don't feel enough is being done to resolve this, as this has happened to myself and a few of my friends. Mine happened in the local store, which I use. I use it every day with my card. I was there one evening, got a call from the bank the next day to say that I had £1,000 taken from my account in New York, which they said seemed very weird, as I was in Reading one minute and then in New York the next. They froze my account. Obviously I retrieved the £1,000 back from the bank, but I've also known that there's a scam at the local shop where they've been putting a plastic slot over the machine which retrieves people's cards, and then once you've walked away thinking the machine's taken your card, the man then walks over and takes your card and has already got your bank details. This happened to a friend of mine in the local shop, a couple of friends, but once everyone knew what was going on, they actually did a set-up down there and waited for someone to use their card, then rang the police, and the man was actually waiting in the bus stop and the police arrested him.
The government has decided to bring a new law to all colleges. This involves extra fees for students. The government believes that if you fail your current college course, you should fund the money to retake your second year instead of the government funding the money for you. This has led to distress in many colleges as teachers believe that students will give up college and education. We spoke to these local teenagers on their opinion towards the new bill. As this new law has been brought in for your year group, do you think this is fair?
It's a bit expensive for a lot of people. I think they could have made you pay a bit, but not that much. And it's a bit unfair that you don't get a second chance, but that's sort of like real life.
I think that if it was their fault that they failed, it's fair that they have to pay. But if it wasn't their fault that they failed, then it's not fair that they have to pay.
I do think it's fair in a sense, because if you don't do it right, then you should give a bit of a contribution, but not the whole thing.
And finally, Jasper the cat has been found after being locked in a garage for over a week. The whole village searched for him for 3 days, as the poor owner could not be without him. This has been a tiring 3 days for the village, but now he has arrived home safely. The village is now open. And now on to the latest weather forecast update.
The weather is still miserable with temperatures of -5, so you will need to wrap up warm again today. In Edinburgh, severe snow is expected to fall throughout the day, with temperatures plummeting to -5. Further south, the snow clears, but heavy rain is forecast for Midlands, with Birmingham set to see over 10 centimetres of rainfall. The temperature is warmer, though, with an average of 9 degrees. Down in the capital, the rain will pass early morning to see lovely sunshine through the afternoon. However, more rain is set to make its way across the country, hitting southwest by tonight, causing more concerns for flooding.